Welcome to Very Biased Opinions predictions of match day 20 in the League One. Without further ado, we're gilding the lily, and let me quickly point out something. Timestamps are below if you don't want to listen to us talk crap about anything else. Ian, lead us into the first match of the weekend.
Oh my god, who picked this one as the first game? Blackpool versus Fleetwood.
Ian, why? You could have put this near the end. You could have done that for us.
I guess it gets it out of the way early doors.
I can't stand Joey Burton and his team of reprobates. They continually win. They won't stop. Blackpool got a creditable draw against Ipswich Town in the middle of the week. I have to hope, and I mean hope, that Blackpool can beat Fleetwood on their home turf and secure us some sort of reprieve from the Joey Burton hell we're being put through. If he makes the playoffs, I will cry. Anyway, Blackpool 2, Fleetwood Town 0.
Yeah, so League One's just coming off the FA Cup weekend. Both sides got through. Fleetwood had a relatively comfortable one against Crawley. Blackpool came from looked like they were going to have a bit of an upset. They were 1-0 down against Maidstone, but then 3 quick goals meant they won 3-1 and got through. I'm also going to Blackpool, just basically, we hate Fleetwood Town. And I'm also hoping it will be... But I think Fleetwood will score, so I'm going to go 3-1 Blackpool.
Bristol Rovers for Southend United. And Ian, before you say a word, let me just say one of these teams scored 4 goals this week in the league, and one of them conceded 4 goals.
I know. I'm only holding my head like this because I know what garbage is going to come out of your mouth in a few minutes talking about Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers get to play I don't even know what to call them, the cannon fodder that are Southend United. Oxford United, they absolutely steamrolled Southend, and Southend gave them so many goals and so many chances. Sol Campbell has addressed nothing in his time, trying to get them to play out from the back when it's just clearly they're not good enough to do that. I'm not sure what is going on there. And you cannot see anything other than Rovers just racking up a big score in this one. And I think it's going to be 4-0 again.
Can't be bothered this week. I don't have the energy. I concur. It's 4-0, the Rover Car Factory, to come out on top of the boys from the south.
Click on a link to another League One video and you can see Tom do a proper rank about Rover cars. Madman. Anyway, Burton Albion, Lincoln City.
Oh, Lincoln City, the scum of the earth where nobody would live if only they weren't forced to be there.
Talk about Burton and leave Lincoln alone.
Oh, Burton have been decent this season. They're not the most exciting side, but they're also not the best side. They lost 1-0 to Peterborough, but there's absolutely no shame in losing to Peterborough. They're having a very good season. Burton are at home. Lincoln have not been great. The Appleton Revolution hasn't quite come off as expected. I've got Burton to win this, but it's going to be a close game. Burton Albion 2, Lincoln City 1.
Yes, Lincoln are struggling a lot. When Michael Appleton first took over Oxford, it did take him quite a long time to get a decent side. He is a bit of a slow burner, and Oxford had quite poor results for a while until he managed to get players in that he wanted to work with. So probably a similar thing is happening under Lincoln. I'm surprised they didn't have a better quality of player, seeing what the Cowley brothers left behind. But it is what it is, and maybe in the new year I can see Lincoln's results improving once the transfer window comes around. You have to look at Burton for this one. Very, very solid side. But I'm just going to say hopefully those pesky imps can pick up a point. And I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. And by the way, Tom, I need to claw this back. I am 12-5 down in predictions. I did win the last round, but it is still a long way back.
I can phone it in for almost 2 full months, and you will only just be equal with me. And so I'll do that as we start with our next match, Portsmouth vs Peterborough United.
If only you ever didn't phone it in. If only there was a time where you took this seriously and knew what League One was really about instead of taking pot shots and lucky guesses. This one should be a very entertaining game. Portsmouth desperately trying to ignite their season. It seems to always be 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Peterborough are the great entertainers, the free-scoring Peterborough United. I think there was a stat saying that their front 3 of Issa, Tony and Madison have scored more goals than only 2 sides in the Football League. Man City and Oxford.
Jeez.
Crazy. But I'm in draw mood today, so I'm going to back Pompey to get a point in this one. Entertaining 2-2 draw.
So Pompey came away with a 3-0 win at Ian's favourite club Rochdale in the league earlier. whereas Peterborough only got a 1-0 win. Peterborough, though, have been really good. I believe they won in the Cup as well, didn't they? Tony scoring a wonder goal, according to the BBC. Yeah. I think Peterborough are going to win this one as well. I just really like this team. All they do is score. They will concede, though, I think. It's going to be 3-1 to Peterborough.
Time to move to the bottom of the league. Bolton Wanderers versus AFC Wimbledon.
I mean, before the last week in the league, all of a sudden you thought Bolton might actually do this. They might actually pull this off. And then Accrington Stanley came to town and absolutely blew them out of the water. Holy hell. 7-1?
7-1. I'm just going to say on that one, Bolton actually took the lead and then they had a red card and then they just capitulated after the red card.
Jeez. I don't really know what to say after that. What was Wimbledon's result? 'Cause I can't seem to find it on my list.
It's been a while.
I've got it. They beat Gillingham 1-0.
Did they?
So Wanderers coming off their worst result of the year. Wimbledon coming off a win. I see this playing out to a 0-0 draw.
I consider being goals in it. I think Bolton will win this game. I'm going to continue backing Bolton. They're always going to have these bad days, but I don't fancy Wimbledon. I think they largely are quite one of the poorer sides in the league, and I think Bolton will win. I think they'll win 2-0. Okay, everybody, before we move on to the second half of this predictions, we're just going to have a quick break now, and we're just going to say that thank you very much for supporting our channel. If you like this video, please give it a like. It helps us out so much on the battle to try and get views on YouTube. Also, we've got a big subscriber drive on at the moment. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the time Christmas Day rolls around. I mean, we need just over 80 more to get there. So please subscribe to the channel. We'd appreciate it so much. And also go and check out Grandstand Bettors. All our videos are in association with them. They are superb tipsters. Generally, if you'd have backed their tips over the course of the year, you'd be about £200 up. And that is much better than if you followed mine and Thomas's tips over the course of the year, where you'd probably be you'd probably need to remortgage your house.
But you're at least 300 under, minimum. That's 300,000, by the way, folks. 300.
So definitely go and check out Grandstand Bettors, and that is enough for us for shameless promotions. And Tom, let's get back to the predictions.
The Sky Blues, Coventry City versus Ipswich Town.
This one should be a belter. I think these two have just played in the FA Cup as well. And Coventry managed to get a very, very last-minute equaliser to take it to a replay. So these two will be absolutely sick of playing each other in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to back Cov in this one. I'm going to back Coventry. I think they're going to nick it. Generally, they are one of the best sides in the league. And Ipswich obviously are as well. But I think Coventry are going to win 2-1.
Yeah, they cruelly conceded a goal near the end against Sunderland, which also won you the week last week, Ian, you sandbagging son of a... Coventry have been really good this year. They're I think they're in 3rd or 4th in the table anyway. Ipswich have been top for a while. They're in 2nd now? Ipswich and Wycombe have jumped around a bit.
Thankfully, I was hoping we could get by without talking about Wycombe because they got their NCAA bye week, but they are top and Ipswich are 2nd.
Right, so it's 2nd versus 3rd as far as I'm concerned. Don't tell me if Coventry are somewhere they're not supposed to be. But I've got Coventry to win this. They've had a very good season. They seem to have taken the lead against a lot of teams and relinquished it late in games. I'm backing them at home to kick this silly addiction that they have. And I sadly am going to copy you, Ian, 2-1.
Doncaster Rovers, or Bells, versus the Milton Keynes Dons.
Oh, it's my Bells! Oh, I love my Bells. The Dons lost to Rotherham last week 3-2. The Bells win every game they play, except when they play a heinous team from just up the road. So I'm not going to talk about that heinous team up the road. I'm just going to talk about the Doncaster Bells, who've been fantastic this year and are going to continue their winning run against the MK Dons, who are terrible. And I'm going to go big here. I have my Bells scoring 4 to Doncaster's 0.
And Milton Keynes, you touched on that result to Rotherham, but let's not forget, Milton Keynes were 2-0 up in that game and managed to lose it 3-2. So extremely bad loss that they've been sitting on for the last week and a half. I don't see them scoring 4. I'm going to go one less, 3-0.
Gillingham for Sunderland.
Talk about sides that need to get their season going. I mean, Sunderland are just stalling. New managers come in. They don't seem to be able to get any consistency. even when they win games, they don't seem to be hammering sides. It's like a scrape. And Gillingham have been very good at home of late. Priestfield's been a good hunting ground for them. And I don't think this is going to be a good one for Sunderland. I see Gillingham winning this. I see Gillingham winning it by 2-1.
I'm going to go rogue here, Ian. I'm going to take your favourite scoreline. It's going to be 1-0.
Let us know, Sunderland fans. I really want to know what you think of your season, because it's just, you should be walking this league. And I don't know what's happening. Is there stuff behind the scenes we don't know about? Rotherham versus Rochdale.
I think you touched on Rotherham earlier, trying to have a better season, didn't you?
Well, just saying that they've been a bit up and down themselves. They had a good comeback win against MK Dons.
And I mean, Rochdale are your favourite side, but they were absolutely trounced by Portsmouth 3-0. Your constant backing of them has just annoyed me all season. Your belief that they would top the league at the end of the season shows how little you know. And yet again, I'm sure this week you'll back them to win a game that we both know they're not going to. I've got Rotherham United to come out winners against the Rochdale 2-0.
Been a bad week for my favourite club, Tom. Couple of bad times. Thank God I've got Oxford United as a backup.
And Lincoln, don't forget about them. They're doing really well.
Yeah, let's don't forget that. Because not only did they have that very bad loss in the league to Pompey, did you say 4-0?
Yeah,
they went and they couldn't even beat Boston United in the FA Cup at home, meaning that they've got to play a replay back at York Street, which I can tell you, I live near Boston, is not a fun place to visit. Rotherham surely have got to win this one. You'd like to fancy that there's going to be more bad times for my beloved Rochdale, I'm afraid. And Rotherham to win 3-0.
Tranmere Rovers versus Accrington Stanley.
Phenomenal result by Accrington. Absolutely amazing to win 7-1. Despite, yes, Bolton had a man sent off, but to win 7-1 is very impressive. Good result for them. Tranmere up and down all season, largely struggling. They don't seem to get any consistency. This is a game that both sides will be looking to get a win, and usually when that happens, I think it's going to be a point apiece. So I'm going to go. This is my 0-0.
I'm done backing Tranmere. I've never backed Tranmere. I just talk trash about them. Tranmere, come at me, bro. You're going to lose this match as well. Accrington absolutely blitzkrieged Bolton. I don't think they're going to blitzkrieg Tranmere, but I think they're going to run out healthy winners here, 3-0.
You might not like them, Tom, but you can't deny they are the third best side in Merseyside. But anyway, we're absolutely delusional if we think any of these other games even matter an iota, because it is time for the main event.
Oxford United versus Shrewsbury Town.
Oh my God, Thomas, how good are my Oxford United Football Club? They have not lost a game since Fleetwood beat them back at the start of September. And does that even count? Because Fleetwood Town are our kryptonite. They have been smashing sides, absolutely hammering them, ripping up trees, scoring loads of goals, loads of clean sheets. They're still in all 4 competitions, if you can believe it, folks. That's League Cup, FA Cup, League, and unfortunately the leasingcup.com trophy, because we don't get to play in Europe. Nobody can stop this Oxford side getting our players back from injury, and we are going to beat Shrewsbury Town, who are usually stubborn opponents, but we're going to hammer them. Robinson's boys all the way, 3-0.
We done?
Yes.
Yeah, sure, they'll win. They keep doing it, and who am I to bet against them? 2-0 to Oxford United.
Anything nice to say? Any nice comments? Any good football they're playing or anything like that?
I hate their kit.
Yeah. Their away kit's so lovely with a nice sash across it. They all look like they're Miss World winners.
Oh, Jamie Mackey. No, Oxford have genuinely been really good. It pains me to say that. They're on quite a winning run, and after their mauling of Southend United, you can't see them not coming up against the Shrews and having a win. Nice to be at home. You got to back Oxford in this one.
There's only one place we're going, Tom, and that is all the way to the Super Bowl. Okay, before we descend into further madness, I think that'll do it for this round of predictions. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a big old like and think about subscribing to the channel. And as always, go and check out Grandstand Bettors to win yourself some money. Thomas, do you have anything else to add?
If you're looking for detailed football analysis, probably in the wrong place.